These are examples of traders who are able to rewire their trading psychology and break through their own self-imposed ceilings and reach significant amounts of funding and payouts. You know, I've seen the pattern that you're going through in your trading over and over. You blow up after a good trading week. You get close to passing a funded challenge or getting your first payout, and you find any reason to give profits back to the market. You take trades outside of your plan, you over-risk, you impulsively jump into trades out of fear of missing out. Every trader I've worked with thinks it's random, but it's not. It's a very specific wiring that's happening in your mind that's keeping you stuck where you don't want to be. Your brain has one job, and that's to keep you alive. It's survival, to alleviate pains immediately and to seek after pleasures immediately. That's how the survival subcortical areas of the brain have been wired as a way to ensure that we're even here in the first place. Your brain keeps you in comfort. It keeps you in what's familiar. And the moment you push the boundary of what's familiar and you go into unfamiliar, your brain perceives that as a threat and it does everything it can to bring you back down to your comfort base level. And that's not a discipline issue. It's not a willpower issue. Far too many traders point their finger and blame the wrong problem. It's a safety response in your brain that's firing perfectly. And the one thing I was able to show these traders that can break through is how to manage that survival response when you're trading. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. Now traders, if you have a particular challenge in your trading right now that you can't break through, comment it below, I'll offer you some help. And if you resonate with my teaching style, I encourage you to download the Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset 3.0 training. So go into the description or the first comment and download it now. Now this is the tell to know that something needs to change. Whenever you get to a new account high, and then all of a sudden you start taking random trades outside of your trading plan and you give back that profit, or you have your best day or your best week and then you find any reason to give it back. You take setups outside of your plan, you jump into FOMO trades, you overtrade, you over-risk, you impulsively take setups, or you finally get consistent and then you find a reason to give it back to the market, to self-sabotage. Or you get really close to your goal, a funding goal or a payout goal, and you freeze. You start hesitating on good setups and you take setups that aren't part of your plan. Although these things don't make sense relative to the goals you want to achieve, there is actually an unconscious wiring, a survival wiring that is keeping you falling into these destructive patterns and keeping you away from achieving the very goals you say you want to achieve. You see, the human brain perceives familiar as safe and unfamiliar as threat. And really there are these contradictions of the human mind. There are these conscious and unconscious components that are very important to understand as traders. Consciously, we say to ourselves, I want profit. I want this. I want to get funding and I want to be trading more funding. Maybe I'm at $50,000 in funding. I want to get to $250,000. Haven't got a payout yet. I want to be making $10,000 in payouts a month. That's what we consciously say to ourselves. But really, there's also an unconscious wiring that fires beneath the surface that dictates our actions. Despite us saying, I want to get this amount of funding and I want these payouts, if our life doesn't demonstrate that we actually attain those things, there's an unconscious survival mechanism that says, profit, I don't want this. And the more we say we want it, but our life doesn't demonstrate we have it, the more unconsciously we don't want it because it's unfamiliar to us. It's a threat. It creates new pressures. It creates fears of now losing that thing we're infatuated with that we think we gain. So the more we say we want something, if our life doesn't demonstrate we have it, really what's happening on an unconscious level is the more we don't want it because it's this unfamiliar threat that's going to create all these new pressures. And the more we say loss, I don't want this on a conscious level, again, if our life is demonstrating that we're experiencing these losses, on an unconscious level, there is this relief we feel when we experience losses. And when we go into drawdown, the more we say, I don't want to get into drawdown, there is this relief we experience at an unconscious level because it's safe and it's familiar. And deep down, unconsciously, if we dig deep enough and we're honest enough in those moments, it's what we want because it's protecting us from the unfamiliar threat, the pressures of having the thing we say we want, but our life doesn't demonstrate we have. So there is a certain number or a certain goal that is our set point. And whenever we go above it, even though we say consciously, I want this and this is good, there is an unconscious motive to keep us away from that and push us right back below the set point, because that is truly on an unconscious level what is safe and familiar to us. So a quality question as a trader is really, how can we increase this set point? How can we push it up so we feel deserving and comfortable with more? And let me show you. So this is exactly how you increase your set point. It's what I've shared with those traders that were able to break through certain self-imposed ceilings and achieve the funding and payout goals they want. The first thing is you want to know your breaking point. You want to know what that set point is. And it's not necessarily what you think it is or what you want it to be, but it's what your life demonstrates it to be. It's where you consistently fall apart. So maybe, for example, you know a pattern in your trading is that every time you get to that last 2% of passing a funded challenge, that's when you start to do silly things and you give back profit as a way to keep yourself in your comfort level. Or maybe it's every time you get $500 away from a payout, you do the same thing. So you need to know what your breaking point is. Maybe it's when you get above $50,000 on your personal trading account or above $100,000 on your personal trading account. I worked with someone recently who had a certain salary cap in their mind. They were infatuated with their father. Their father never made more than $100,000. So now anytime they made more than $100,000 a year, they found reasons to squander that and give it away and spend it. Because in their mind, the ceiling was $100,000 a year. So anything above that, they don't feel deserving of having, and they squander it immediately. So you need to know where your breaking point is. And instead of judging it, you just want to label it. This is my set point. Above this is uncomfortable for me for whatever reason. There are fears and pressures and pains if I go above this. And below this is comfortable for me. There's relief, there's comfort, there's safety below this. You want to name that set point so you can redefine it in your mind as something you're judging to something that you now know there are unconscious pains and fears if you surpass this. You can even ask yourself, what are the unconscious pains and fears I'd experience if I achieve this thing I say I want that I'm not getting and my life doesn't demonstrate I have? And what's the comfort and the safety I feel and I experience if I don't get this thing, if I stay below this thing? And you'll be able to see your unconscious motives keeping you where you are. And then you want to, when you're trading, you want to scale down to what's boring. You want to find that number that, you know what, you can trade without emotion. When you're risking that amount, you're not greedy for the outcomes, seeking after the outcomes, attached to the outcomes, or fearful of the other outcome, the loss. You want to scale down to start this exercise to a number that feels boring, and you can just trade unemotionally at that number. Maybe that means scaling your account down to, if you may be trading 50,000, scaling it down to 25,000. Instead of taking $500 positions, you're taking $250 positions, for example. You want to scale down to what is boring. And then you want to get process-based at that number. It goes without saying, you need to have a profitable edge, a statistical edge. You need to have that into a mechanical trading plan. And then you want to master process-based thinking at that level, which means that you're not reactive to seeking after wins, fear missing out on wins, and you're not resentful to losses, fearing the gain of losses. So at that level that you feel comfortable, $250 of risk, you need to know in that moment, if you're to win, what the drawbacks are to you. You can see those drawbacks clearly. If you're winning at that level, what's the drawback to you? And if you're experiencing a loss at that level, $250, what's the benefit to you? You need to be able to see the benefits of the loss and the drawbacks of the win at that level in equal degree. So you're not seeking after one or trying to avoid the other. But you can see win or loss as advantage and disadvantage. I'm sticking to my process. And then what you want to do is scale up every month, anywhere between 10 to 50%. So you start 50K, you're reactive at this level. You can't break past that point. Bring your account back down to 25K. Risk 250 as opposed to 500, okay? At this level, you want to be able to see the advantages of losing, the drawbacks of winning. So you're not reactive at that level. And then every month, once you finally got an unreactive at that level, you want to bump your account size up 10 to 50%. So from 25,000, maybe increase it to 30,000 the next month. And instead of risking $250, you're now risking $300. Now on that new level of new challenge, guess what? You have a greater perceived reward, therefore a greater perceived pain. So at that new level, again, you need to understand what's the benefit of the losses at this level? What's the drawback of the wins at this level? And then once you get stabilized and familiar at that level, because you're not seeking after a win or trying to avoid a loss, you take on a little bit more capital the next month. You go from 30,000 to 40,000. So now instead of risking $300 per trade, you're risking $400 per trade. Again, you're on a new level of perceived reward, therefore greater perceived risk and fear in that moment. So in that moment and on that level, what's the benefit of losing at that level, $400 positions? And what's the drawback of winning at that level? And then once you stabilize yourself at that level, the next month you go up 50,000. And the greater perceived rewards, greater perceived risk again, and you repeat the same principle. What's the benefit of a loss at this new level? What's the drawback of a win at this new level? So you can be more process-based at that level. And then again, you increase again from $500 positions to maybe $600 positions. And you're now at 60,000. You take on a new funded challenge or a new funded account. And when you incrementally hold yourself accountable to growing your account in process-based thinking, not in reactive thinking. If you're in reactive thinking you're going to get greater advantage from a win or greater disadvantage from a loss, you're going to be reactive at that level. But if you scale up incrementally and you integrate the mind at that new level with a greater accountability every month, then you're going to scale past your previous levels and you're going to increase your set point. You're going to increase your deserve levels and your wealth thermostat incrementally. The issue is traders try and make too big of a jump, too big of a leap, and that's what brings them back down. The other issue is traders are seeking after wins, trying to avoid losses, imposing their ideas on the market, trying to seek after what's unattainable, winning all the time, and trying to avoid what's unavoidable, losses, and they keep themselves in a trap and a cycle. So this is the way to increase your set point and incrementally scale. Now traders, if you resonate with these ideas and you got one new insight from this video, I want you to go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. I have a goal over this next month to push out incredibly useful trading psychology tips and tricks to help you get better results in your trading. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you've turned the notification bell on. And if you resonate with my teaching style, I highly encourage you to go into the description or the first comment or scan the QR code that's going to pop up on your screen now and download the Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset 3.0 training, which also comes with my free AI-powered trading psychology tool, TellerX. And together, this training and tool will help you implement these principles in real time so you can see measurably better trading results. And traders, if you haven't already seen the video that's going to pop up on your screen here, it's a 22-minute video that summarizes 6 years worth of trading psychology insights in one video. I highly recommend you watch that next, and I'll see you all in the next video.